Yo, 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 yo. Yes, yes, blessings. What's going on? What's going on, people? Rebels advocates back again. What's going on, people? I hope everyone's all right. Who's here today? Anybody here?
Yo,
Oh, that Johnny.
man, like Johnny,
Wagwan, Johnny. What's good?
you best. I'm just a bit tired still. You get me? Today's kind of taking it out on me, but I'm there, man. I'm there.
Bro, man been on the gym hard, yeah?
Yeah, bro. It's just. Yeah, man. I'm just bearing up right now, but I'm bearing up. But boy, I'm here, man. I'm here. That's the main thing.
Aye, blessings. I ate that.
Mhm.
Anybody else here?
Yo, what you saying, guys? How's it going?
Wagwan, what's good?
All good, man. How you guys been? You been enjoying the weekend? Obviously not the weather.
Yeah, it was a bit wet and boring, but today was all right, wasn't it?
Mm-mm. Yeah, it weren't too bad today, innit? It was all right. I mean, a bit of sunshine come through, innit? Late afternoon, but yeah, all good, man. All good.
Yeah, today's all right. All right, we're gonna go through a few subjects today. We're gonna talk about drugs in sport. Yeah, and then we're gonna talk about this. Did you hear back? Because I was talking to Johnny earlier, and he was telling me that this Semenya. You remember that woman Semenya? She got
Yeah.
She got cleared. I didn't hear that. I don't watch the news anyway all the time. But do you man hear that? Did you hear that, John? Artie?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, no, I did hear she got cleared. Yeah, that's right. Of having a high level of testosterone or whatever. But yeah, no, she was cleared of all these sort of allegations. But it was long running though, wasn't it? The whole thing with her, innit? It was long running. But yeah, I think it was like, I can't remember, maybe last week or something. And they cleared her, innit? So yeah, she's free to go again.
So yeah, that one, and then we're gonna talk about what confidence or arrogance. That's a good one. But anyway, we're gonna start off with the drugs in sport. Yeah. Do you wanna run with that, or run off like your man Ferd? Do you wanna run with that, old chap?
Yeah,
Artie?
man, run like Ben. Yeah, you can run like Ben Johnson, couldn't you? You know what I mean? Yeah, sort of speed away. But yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? It's been around the time, innit? I was reading like way back even in the 60s, there was American cyclists that got done for it, you know what I mean? When using PEDs and stuff back then.
Sorry, old chap. You're getting a bit of feedback on your side there, old chap.
Is it? Apologies, man. I'll try to rectify that, guys. Sorry, hopefully. Can you hear me a bit better now or still the same?
It's like when you talk. Can you hear it, Johnny, or what?
Feedback, bad feedback.
Every time you're talking.
You know, 1 second, guys.
Yeah. Drugs in sport, my friend. It's rife, yeah. Listen, and I'm sure in our game, this football game, it must be all over the place because you don't really hear nothing of that, innit?
Yeah, 100%.
Johnny, we don't hear nothing about that. Last time I heard about drugs in football was Rio Ferdinand running out.
When he when he drove off, you don't really hear about it in footy these days, isn't it? Like, obviously you hear about the ones that are taking the little cheeky ones, but you don't really hear about the proper in performance enhancing ones, isn't it?
Totally. I think they want to hide it, because the money's coming in is good. Too much money, they can't lose that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I remember obviously when Ian Wright did say one time when Wenger did come into Arsenal, and I remember he was at an interview and he said Wenger was giving the players B+ or something called B+, And I remember the interviewer was like, "What? He used to give you what?" He's like, "Yeah, some thing." I remember right. He said he didn't want to take it at first, innit, because he didn't know what it was, but Wenger was giving them some B+ thing, and it was making them train harder, like you're getting less injuries, and I don't know what it was he was giving them, bad man, but maybe it was Wenger that brought it into the game, bad man.
It was, it's probably something that was undetectable, like the at that moment anyway. Remember the athletics thing, the scandal athletics, the Nike thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was probably something like that they were taking. Yeah, you sound a lot better there, sir. Good man.
Yeah. Apologies about the guys. Yeah, no, I was going to say I was reading about. Obviously, it went way back, and you had back in the sort of 80s. I think it was the East Germans, and they basically just went bang on the PEDs, and they just scooped up all the awards. You know what I mean? And then the Americans have sort of caught on, and they'd done this. I think it was like a designer PED that would go under the radar, you know what I mean? To do with the cycling stuff that went on to sort of Lance Armstrong and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that was really deep. But yeah, it's crazy how much it's gone on now, and it continues to do so, you know what I mean? But maybe said they'll just try to sort of manipulate it now, innit?
100%, it's always how to hide it. That's always the issue. How to hide it and new ways of hiding cheating, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's it. That's what they've done, the Americans. They've done the designer one that they said would go totally under the radar. And it did for a bit, but then it sort of picked up upon, but then they'd probably done a lot by then, you know what I mean?
No doubt.
And there's, like I said, there's been so many scandals in it, so many.
Did you find anything interesting that you can share with us? Anything interesting that might make us think, oh, didn't know that one?
Well, that's what the one that we're talking about in the major one was in the 80s, and that were the East Germans. I think it was 900 of their athletes. They basically just said they had to take it. You know what I'm saying? They had to just take the thing,
just like
and
that,
then they just
like the Ian Wright thing that my man was saying.
Yeah, exactly. They just had to take the thing, and that's it. And they scooped up everything. I think on the swimming they won I think in the 80 Olympics 11 out of 13 golds. And they won a whirl on track and field, even like sprints, you know what I'm saying?
Where they know they ain't got no business winning, innit?
Exactly. They were scooping up. What was the famous East German woman? Mariana Koch or someone. She won 100, 200, you know what I mean? It was crazy. But I think in that one in 80, America didn't compete in the Olympics anyway because of whatever nonsense was going on about the Cold War and all that stuff. But still, they basically just gave them the whole team, you know what I mean? Sort of non-negotiable. That you're going to take the thing. If you don't take it, you ain't going to compete. But yeah, like now, like you said, I think they just manipulate it in certain ways and styles now. You know what I mean? But then that sort of muddies the water in it because you don't know what's sort of the truth and what's fiction. You know what I mean? You see it in like boxing and all these other madness.
Can we not look at their performance, right? We can look at their performance. That should say something, right? What do you think?
Exactly. You see athletes that were just average.
From start to finish, we should see in their performance, right? What do you think?
Exactly. You can see it. Like you said, as soon as they come true, like the classic, what he's talking about, the old Ben Johnson, wasn't it? He was just a decent sprinter. Just decent at best. Maybe could get in a final, you know what I'm saying? And then you see like the progress, 2-3 years, bang. You know what I mean? You're winning 100 meters and you're just like, you know what I mean, winning it by miles. You know what I mean? With one arm up and stuff. So the signs were there, innit? It's still there right now.
His arm was up, 50 meters? From 50 meters, wasn't it?
Yeah, you know what I mean? And if you check it, that's like, whoa. 35 years ago, guys, you know what I mean?
Listen, I remember seeing that. I remember watching that on TV, that thing.
Yeah, exactly. And but it just shows you, innit? Because he was just a decent sprinter, and then 2-2s, man, start taking the thing there, and he's demolishing, man, you know what I mean? So it just shows you the power of that. And you had the Marion Jones one, innit? That was, I think, to do with that that sort of designer drug as well. So it came out through her there. So there's been quite a few famous ones that have come out. But I reckon there's probably been more. You had the Flojo, innit? Remember? I mean, teacher, remember Flojo back in the day?
Flojo, yeah. Yeah, it was... Did they say she was on drugs, yeah?
That's the thing, that's the talk and this sort of smoke and mirrors. No one really knows, but she'd had issues and like, I don't know, running like 10:49. It's there now, isn't it? You know what I mean? That's still there now.
So hold on. Listen, if her thing is still there now, she couldn't have been on it then, right? Because they would have took it off, right? Because Ben Johnson's thing ain't there, right?
Yeah. But that's the thing. I'm sure hers was still there because...
So she must have been done for something else, or maybe. Do you understand? Because it doesn't make sense why they would keep that record there. I'm gonna do a bit of knowledge on that 100%, but they would have usually took that off, innit, right?
Well, that's what it's saying. It's still it's legal at 10:49. You know what I mean? And the closest is that Elaine Thompson. She's done 10:54. But she's getting close still, you know what I'm saying, to that. But that's mad. That was like, when was that? 1988, mate. She's bombing them times, you know what I mean? That's crazy.
Who else we got? We got the Alex Rodriguez. You know about this American baseball player?
Oh, yeah. What was he up to again? He's another PED user.
He was suspended for the whole 2014 season. For this this biogenesis scandal, right? We're gonna check that biogenesis.
Sounds like this whole thing where they were trying to do this designer, you know, sort of steroid now, and they all thought they weren't going to catch out. You know what I mean? He's like a massive player, isn't he? Like he's enough all-star, like 14-time all-star and all that stuff. I remember him. I don't know nothing about baseball, but you know the name, innit?
Yeah, also, it was Sharapova, innit? Sharapova was done in 2016.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Good shout on Sharapova, innit? You know what I mean? There's been so many, innit? That's the mad thing about it.
She got
and then it sort of leads you to question who else done it, and were they just the unlucky ones, you know what I mean? But then they were some of the most successful ones as well, like you said, like Ben Johnson and all these other ones. And obviously Lance Armstrong as well.
What wasn't Rafael? What wasn't the tennis player? Wasn't my man accused of it one time?
Rafa,
Rafa Nadal, wasn't he accused? Remember when he had them big biceps one time, and they said my man's taking something, and then when he got accused, that's when he lost the biceps. And I can't remember one time they did try and say he was taking something, and then it's like you don't. He just lost everything, and
Well, it's different, isn't it? Like you said, and that's the thing with the whole doping in sports, isn't it? Because it's so rife and in so many different sports, where you know what I mean, whether it is athletics, like you said, or sort of boxing, or you know what I mean. It's so rife everywhere, so it's hard when you hear a case now. You just don't know, innit? You know what I mean? You don't know until it really breaks out to see what's going on, because then they're saying, "Oh, you had some." You know what I mean? Something in a supplement or something in something else, you know what I mean? And then everyone starts getting like, what was the Conor Ben thing, innit? About, what did they say? He had that sort of a thing in his, what is it, like a female hormone thing? So,
yeah, some female thing.
That's the thing with that. And then he's obviously challenging it.
What do you think about that one? Do you think that just sounds like a whole bunch of bullshit, right? What do you think of that?
The whole, sort of the kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he would. You can't say about. You just formulate an opinion on what you think. I don't think there's that much in it. But then he's not been cleared to fight over here, has he? He's only been cleared to fight outside, isn't it? You know what I mean?
So what?
And yeah, like you said, with all this biogenesis scandal, how many of these people are all involved in the same sort of thing? You know what I mean?
It was mainly American.
Yeah, and big
American
suspension, like
artists.
50-game suspension.
It was mainly American people in that one, baseball players and all that stuff, wasn't it?
Like you said, the baseball thing, but right, they get big suspension, 50-game in it still. You know, and you think, well,
so the most one,
they're all linking up.
The most one, I think, was the Lance Armstrong, right? That was the biggest one, right?
Yeah. It was the dope. It was the dope in the man went to having blood transfusions and went up in front of, he was the spokesman for cancer sort of thing, and all that in front of the kids in the hospitals, and tried to do this, say all the nonsense, you know what I mean? And then it just broke that he was an absolute douchebag, and he'd been lying all along, and he had to take the things, because otherwise he was just an ordinary Joe, you know what I mean, on the track.
What about Johnny? What about some footballers? Was there any footballers of late that's been done for some kind of drugs or something? Last time I got Maradona. I checked there. I got Maradona. He was
94.
94, exactly. The World Cup when he scored that goal and screamed down the camera. Do you know what I mean?
I can't really think of no one, you know.
I know Justin Gatlin as well, isn't it? Justin Gatlin was down for it as well, wasn't
he? Yeah, Gatlin definitely, mate. He's had his madnesses, isn't it? You know what I mean? No.
Is it Rio Ferdinand, Johnny? Yeah, that's the only one, Rio.
Yeah, I think that's the last one, you know, teacher. I can't think of no one more recent than him.
That's it. I think he was the main one, wasn't it? But I'm sure loads of them.
Use your mute. I beg you, use your mute, please. When you're moving up and down, please.
Yeah. Easy, yeah, it's all right now. Come on.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I can't think. I think Rio was the last like proper publicized one. Like, obviously, there must be things going on behind the scenes, but yeah, it's just unless my mind's playing tricks, I can't think of no one.
I'm sure they've had a little tickle, a lot of them in it, but yeah, they might not have broken out. Like, his story was big, innit? Rio's story was big, so when it came out, everyone was a bit shocked, but I'm sure, you know what I mean? Like, with that, there's probably loopholes as well that they know in it, or when there's going to be tests, or, you know what I mean? Or they might get some inside information. You never know, innit? You know what I mean? Because they can know, because you don't get too many people found out. What was the guy from Chelsea back then?
Mutu, innit? Yeah, he got tested for what? Yeah. That was cocaine, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was really, that was the.
That was cocaine in 2004, but he got what did he get? His 7-month ban he got, yeah, and then after that was your old man, old. He had to go toilet, innit, and saw him in the car park. That's the last time they saw that guy in 2003. He got banned for 8 months. Twist up mount.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah, 23.
Shit.
Long time, innit? Yeah.
Who else? It was Jap Stam as well.
Okay, yeah.
Jap Stam was Nandaron. You know that Nandaron? That's the anabolic steroid. What did he get? He got a 5-month ban in 2001.
Oh, makes sense. Oh, Jap there.
It also said Colo Torre.
Yeah.
In 2011, while he was at Man City, he got a 6 months ban.
Shit.
So yeah, you see, there's quite a few, but we forgot about them, didn't we?
Yeah, just fall by the wayside. But yeah, there has been quite a few, innit? You know what I mean? But there's been like I said, there was this story, this other guy, innit? Did you read about him? That he smuggled a lot of cocaine, this IX guy. He done a lot, innit? And, yeah.
Who is that? Who is that?
Oh, it was recently, man. He like 1.3 kilograms, innit?
Oh, you're talking about,
Quincy Primes, innit? That brother, I don't want to say his name, but
yeah, Quincy.
Yeah, he just tried to bring nothing, man. You know what I mean? Crazy.
And then he was playing for a Russian team, but Russia, Holland wanted to get him back over, but Russia was saying he doesn't have to leave. He plays for a Russian team.
Mm-hmm.
Then eventually, I think he did go back over to Holland, and they gave him he got a little light thing still, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. But no, yeah. I just say you just don't know now, innit? But yeah, that's crazy. He was just trying to bring loads in apparently, and yeah, he got caught.
Well, I swear he was doing it himself.
I think so. Yeah, that's what they're saying, innit? I think so. Yeah, that's what. But he hasn't been charged. Guys are crazy, but yeah, obviously, probably in it was as well trying to bring some in. But yeah, no, man, the whole thing with all the drugs and that in sport, yeah, it's crazy now, isn't it? Everybody, you know what I mean? It's almost like everybody's under some sort of suspicion, isn't it now?
What about the one? Remember, teacher, when we were talking about the female sprinter that got done for the herb? Remember when she got done for smoking herb? Remember?
You're talking about that American runner.
Yeah.
What's her name? Shakari.
Yeah, that was a bit like, obviously, I don't see how that is enhancing your thing, but they say drugs is drugs, isn't it? So
yeah. I mean, she got suspended for a month, innit? Yeah, I mean.
Oh, was it only a month?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. She got a month, you know what I mean? So it's not, I mean, really, it's silly because, like I said, in a lot of places in sort of the US, it's legal anyway. So that's kind of, you know. But maybe, like I said, it's what their sort of policy might be, as they say in it, whatever, zero tolerance. So
yeah, nothing. We can't say nothing.
Exactly. Just give you a month and that's it, and then sort of come back. But but it's almost a token gesture, isn't it? A month. It's like saying, well, we don't really want to give you anything anyway, but because we have to show something, here's a month. You know what I mean? Some foolishness.
Even when when Linford Christie did get his thing back in the day as well, isn't it? I remember I did watch his little documentary thing. You get it? When he said he decided to take the thing and some crazy thing, man.
It's hard. Sometimes it might just be poorly advised, isn't it? You know what I mean? I think that happens as well. I think there's some innocence with it, you know what I'm saying, as well. I think there's a lot of people that do it, like you said, like to try to cheat and be like people like Lance Armstrong, Ben Johnson, them bods there. But I think there's a lot of people that are sort of innocently, whatever, for whatever reason, or like I said, if it's in a supplement or some stuff. I believe that as well sometimes.
You got any examples of the innocent ones for old chap?
I don't know. I'm leaning towards the Conor Benn thing now. I think.
You think he was innocent? So let's
Yeah.
have a look at that. What did he say now? He said he was taking this thing that women take. Yeah. Yeah. What was it? Right. Jump in as well, Johnny. Yeah, you know about this as well, don't you?
Go on.
He was taking this woman thing, right? Something that women take. He was taking something that women usually take, right?
Yeah. But I think he did say, in lockdown or something, he was ordering like his things offline or something. And then he was taking it. And then when they did testing, they did find the thing in his system. But he's like, hey, like, I was ordering it offline, innit? I didn't know what they were sending it. So he tried to get out of it that way, innit? But only he knows, innit? Only he knows. But to me, I don't know, man. I don't know if they try line him up or what, but maybe he did take it, but I'm on Artie's one. I don't think he knowingly took this.
Yeah.
Took the
Not knowingly, I think it's something maybe, like you said, maybe a hard lesson to learn, or if you never know, someone might have set him up, or like he's took something, maybe he needs to scrutinise even closer what you put in your system. You know what I mean?
Because you got to think now, if I'm a boxer and I'm in the ring, and my trainer just throws me my water bottle, or if you got your boxing gloves on, he just puts the water bottle in your mouth and squirts the drink in your mouth, yeah? You're just gonna, get me, you're just drinking the thing, and it's like, you're not knowingly in it. So it's like, you get me, people could do it that way.
But listen, did he turn around and say that he sacked his trainer or anything like that? Sacked his nutritionist? Because all these athletes, they've got nutritionists, innit?
Yeah, of course.
So then, I know you're calling conspiracy and sabotage and all them something there. I don't think so, my friend, because you're a machine and you're the only person there, right? And it's you, and you're the and it's make or break it. You can, if you make one silly decision, that could fuck your whole career. You understand? So you're gonna take them things seriously. Where you have a nutritionist, you got a trainer, you got your manager, you got all these people that need to get cut in when it's time to get paid. Yeah. So then they got to do their job. Now, when that thing happened, we didn't hear nothing about that. My man sacked this person, or he didn't come out and just say, "Boy, somebody done this." I don't know nothing. Yeah. And I'm not jumping on anything. I'm not saying left or right, but I'm just playing the rebel's advocate. You understand? But you're supposed to know them things, even if there's somebody trying to infiltrate your place and give you the water bottle, as you said, and make you drink something. That don't make no sense to me. That don't make no sense. You're supposed to have control of the circle wherever you are. If you're this big thing, I don't know. What do you guys think?
No, yeah, I agree. I think like you said, you have your sort of nutritionist, so who you must trust in it. So like you must know everything that you're taking on board. You know what I mean? So either that, or it's a major cock up from him or her. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, he hasn't come out and said anything about that. Not that I've known him, but I heard. I didn't see his interview on thingy on Piers Morgan on that GMTV was on there. But from what they're saying, that he said that he had no idea how it got there, kind of all this stuff. So, but yeah, it must come down to those people. And if you have a real secure, small network of people you trust, you know what I mean, then if they didn't fuck up, you know, that's weird. Like, and how's it getting in there, you know what I mean? Because they must know, innit? Like you said, if that's your person or your people that you're trusting to bring whether your supplements or whatever through to you, they must know what's in that, you know what I mean? Or they should know what's in it anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's you know what I mean? I don't know. Everything's controlled around that thing, you know. You're training, from your training to what you're eating, everything's controlled. So why wouldn't that be controlled? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true, but yeah, that is a strange one because he's swearing blind nothing, and
what was
at the moment, yeah. So
sorry, and what was it? It was he was taking something that women take, yeah. Let me just
like a female hormone, almost like something that got into his system, like a female hormone that it shouldn't be in his system anyway. And then they were saying about eggs, and he's eating too much eggs, and I don't know. They're talking something different, you know what I mean? If it's that, or he's eating all the eggs, boosting something up. It all seems very confusing, and even now it's confusing because he's kind of half in limbo, half suspended, half not, sort of thing. So, but yeah, it is a strange one, that, you know what I mean? But I'm of the belief that possibly that someone's messed up along the line on his team, I believe. And like I said, even if someone's trying to infiltrate your camp, you should know that and sort shit out, you know what I mean? But yeah, someone's sort of screwed up a long way down the line because it's from he's doing so well, you know what I mean? it don't make sense. Or maybe they'll see it does if that's the way he's performing so well, if he's got this, blah, blah, blah. But I don't think so.
Yeah.
Maybe he's been taking it all along. You get it? Because the aim of the game is to stay 1 or 2 steps ahead of the testing people. So maybe he was taking it for time, and it's just come to common knowledge. Like, yo, like we found that. Get me? We found this in your. Get me? Because I don't know, man. He knows, innit? He knows what.
You never know exactly.
Yeah, maybe all along he's been dep on this thing, innit? And it's just. Now he's just pissed now. Oh, shit, it's come out now, but I don't know, man.
No, it's an interesting one. Wait and see what happens with that one. But again, same thing with boxing, innit? I think so many guys have taken it and not been cool, and other guys haven't. You know what I mean?
Because you see in that thing, Artie, what? You take a sample, then a B sample, or is it what? How does it go?
Yeah, they take a couple samples in it. It gets 2 in it. It gets like VADA testing, and he gets the British Boxing Board of Control testing as well. So they get 2, sort of generally. So
and he failed both of them, didn't he?
Both came
and
back,
he failed both of them. So it's not like you just failed one. You failed 2 tests and 2 tests.
Yeah. So that's the problem.
So remember when we were in that place, teacher, when Dillian White, he failed the A one, and he's like, hey, man, they're trying to line me up, man. I was first, and then he took the B one, and then he passed the B one, innit? So for you to fail A and B, that means, I don't know, it sounds more and more like maybe that was what the thing he was taking all along, man, because...
I mean, whatever it is, it shouldn't have been in his system. It's just a question of how long has it been in his system? Has he been doing it for a long time? You know, there's a few questions like you've been saying. Has he been doing it for a long time? Does he know it? You know what I mean? Is he knowingly knowing that's going in the system?
Look. Let's talk facts. Forget the thingies, right? The facts is, he took 2 tests and he failed 2 tests. Yes, this is the fact.
Yeah.
This is what happened, right? They said he somewhere said that he was taking a high amount of eggs. Yeah, that's one excuse.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make no sense to me anyway, because you know most sport people eat a lot of eggs anyway, don't they? Right?
Yes, generally, yes.
So then I wouldn't understand how many what's he eating, a fucking truckload of eggs? Anyway, the other one, they said he found this fertility drug, because that's the one I remember. It was a fertility drug, a drug that women would use. Yeah,
that's right.
Female fertility drug. What's it? Clomiphene. Yeah. Yeah. Now I don't know about that. I don't know what that is, but you're not supposed to be having that. You know what I mean? And that I don't think that's in eggs, right?
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? Because that's been found in his system. He's got no question that it's in his system, so that's not a point of argument for him, you know what I mean, to say that it wasn't there because it's clearly there because he tested positive for it twice. But yeah, arguably it's not supposed to be in there. You know what I mean? And then it's a thing of how long has it been in there for, you know what I mean? If he's been doing it for time.
You know what I'm saying, right? I studied sports years ago, back in the day, right? And I remember when I went there, and we used to have big debates with the tutor, right? And because we was young, you understand, and we was in our prime, you understand, and healthy and fit and all that stuff. And we went, we was always talking to this guy. This tutor swore down. He said, listen, everybody's taking drugs. I don't care what anybody says, yeah? He used to say that all the time. And we was like, nah, rubbish. I believe it, my friend. I believe it now. Because look, if you look at the thing, you look at the game is not an easy game, yeah? If you're not one of them top 10 people, what are you? You're one of the other guys. And it's only the top 10 people are eating good. Yeah, the rest ain't eating good. So imagine you're gonna dedicate your life from what, 16, 15, yeah, up until what, doing all this training. You're not the best, yeah. You're not the worst, but you ain't the best.
Yeah.
You guaranteed. I don't know. I think you're gonna try and do something to get up there, where you might go to that
Next
the
level.
biogenesis thing. Try and jump on the Nike thing. Try and jump on something that's gonna give you a little enhancement and get up your level a little bit. Because then what you might as well go out and be a labourer, innit? You might as well be a labourer.
100%. Like if you're not, like I said, if you're just middle of the road, Joe, and you're never going to reach that top level just because of whatever, then you might think, fuck this, I'll just give it a whirl one time, and it might just project you up there for a minute still. You might get lucky and ride the train and come through it, you know what I mean, without getting caught up, you know what I mean? And then you done it, rather, like you said, if you're not going to be doing that, you might as well just do a 9 to 5. You know what I mean? And come out of that because you're kidding yourself. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's why so many are doing it now, because they're just bog standard and they're like, well, sod it, if I can do it and slip through the net, man don't know, innit?
Go on,
It's
Johnny.
what it is.
Go on, Johnny.
Nah, it's real. It's like what you said, that if you're not in the top 10, you ain't making you ain't making nothing. You ain't making no bucks, man. Yeah, because the way you're gonna have to pay your promoters and everything is like, yes, you're gonna have to jump to the top. And it's like you said, you could train for them years, you're not gonna get there. So you just think, you know what? Let me just take this thing and get to number one and just make some bucks in it, make some money.
That's it.
What about
it's the only way? It's the only way for some people.
What about this guy? Do you rate the guy? Is he like a top 10 boxer? You think? Both of you. I'm asking both of you. Go on, Johnny. Do you think he's a top 10 boxer?
What the same guy we're talking about?
Yes.
Forget
about it. Well, you don't know him. You don't know him with or without, do you? You only know what he is.
Oh, so we're talking about, is he a top 10 boxer? Yeah.
Yeah, you'd rate him as a top 10 boxer, yeah?
Yeah.
What about you, Artie?
Yeah, I'll give him in the top 10, yeah. It could be 7, 6. But, like you said, you just don't know the truth. But yeah, so yeah, he's top 10. How high he would go after that, I don't know, because he's fighting in a very competitive division. So
who knows?
That's questionable. But he's a top fighter.
Let's just leave that one there then. He's a top 10.
Yeah.
And we don't know. And then let's just move on. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Semenya, Costa Semenya, the South African middle distance runner. This woman, she won the case, right? I know she was. They tried to. What did they do? She had high levels of testosterone, but it was natural testosterone, and they tried to get her to take something to lower that, right? So go on then, Johnny. What did you hear about that one?
Well, basically, obviously, she, like you said, she was born with the high level. They tried to tell her to take something, otherwise she couldn't, because she won the gold medal. Then when she won the gold medal in the Olympics, they tested her. They're like, wait, hey, you got like your levels are too high. Basically, we're gonna strip you from that gold medal. But if you want to compete, you're gonna have to take something for a level playing field. So you'll be competing on level playing field with the rest of the women. She said, no, I'm not doing that. Then she went to the court of arbitration or whatever arbitration. And they basically said, you've lost your case. And then it took her years to get to this higher court. And then she obviously, last week it come out that, she won her thing. So she can compete and she doesn't have to lower her levels no more, so she can just compete how she is now.
Yeah. Did you hear anything about that, Artie?
Little bits and pieces, because it was running for ages, wasn't it, from like 2009, and then, like you said, innit, the IAAF, they sort of changed their rules in 2011 in terms of sort of sort of governing, what's the word, the hyperandrogenism. And it's like, so they changed it around her and they said it at, what was it, 10 nmol. And hers was just a bit higher than that, you know what I mean? But she was fighting for ages, isn't it? For like,
what was the
2012
you
and
got
onwards.
the dates in it, Johnny? You know the dates, don't you?
Not
Going through.
What did you say it was, RT, since 2012?
2011, I think, when they started changing up, innit? When the IAAF and they announced this adopting new rules, sort of governing the sort of level of that hyperandrogenism from then onwards. And then it hampered her in it, and she was having issues with it. But they're saying from sort of 2015, 16, after a few years sort of on and off fighting, she went back in and she won the 800 meters gold, didn't it? At the Rio Olympics.
Yeah, 2016, yeah.
And then 2018, they done it again, innit? It? They changed it from 10 to 5. You know what I mean? So they keep on sort of moving the goalpost. It's trying to hamper her again, you know what I mean? And yeah, they said she, you know, just all that fighting for that. And now how old is she now? She must be like getting on there as well. It's sort of, that takes its toll for that fight all the time.
Let me see, actually, because she must be.
Yeah,
She must be now.
It was I don't know how old she is now, but it's been a long time, innit? She was fighting in this thing.
But that's the thing, they moved the goalpost twice in terms of the level of the hydro. So they're saying it was 10 nmol, and then they moved it down sort of 5 years later to 5. You know what I mean? Which basically made it almost nigh impossible for her to even try to compete anymore after she won the Rio gold.
What was her discipline?
Actually, like 800.
800.
Yeah, she's 800 meters. And obviously she was dominant as well, you know what I mean?
Yeah, nobody could touch her in that, man.
Yeah. Because she's saying she's not going to artificially, suppress her natural levels of testosterone.
Yeah. And why should she? She shouldn't have to.
No, of course not, 100%.
So listen,
nothing to hide.
listen, this brings another question then. Do you think that just because of the high levels that made her perform better, do you think?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I'd argue possibly, but it's like you said, but through no fault of her own, isn't it? So that's you can't. I'm no scientific guru, you know what I mean. So I can't say it's the defining factor, but you could certainly argue a case, like you said, teacher, that there might be something in it that made her perform at that very high sort of elite level. You know what I mean?
What do you think? What do you think, Johnny?
I'd agree. I'd say, yeah, it did make her. Yeah, it gave her an advantage in it, but not through. Yeah, it did, but not through her own fault in it.
No, totally. It's a natural advantage that she had, right? But you just accept it, innit? Because it wasn't like it was somebody was taking no twist up mount, or it weren't twist up mount or the other people then, or 50 meters up, hand up. You know what I mean? It was a natural thing.
Yeah, right? 100% agree with you.
Yeah, because there was no performance enhancing thing. It's just the way she was born, innit? With the high level of the testosterone, innit? She was born that way, so it's an advantage. But should she have been banned? No.
It's just a genetic advantage, isn't it? In that life, isn't it?
If anything, everyone else just has to train harder, isn't it?
Yeah, she's 32, isn't it?
Yeah, 32. Yeah.
32 now, but like I agree with teachers, like it's not her fault. Yes, like I've argued that it did give her that advantage, but it's not like no one's pumping her full of something, or she's having regular visits to the local doctor and he's sorting her out with something. You know what I mean? It's just genetics, and that's how it is. And it's a shame she's been banned, sadly, but yeah, there doesn't seem to be any, you know what I mean, anything happening there for now. As I said, she's 32 now, so. how much longer is she going to wait? You know what I mean? Sadly.
And they've got the Olympics next year, so she'll be 33 then. So some mad thing still.
That'll be the last one, innit? That's the last one she can probably go for, to be fair.
Yeah,
but probably the last one. So, yeah, I mean, fingers crossed she gets out of there, so she'll win another gold. It's funny how they just changed it, didn't they, from 10 to 5. You know what I mean?
Because I remember the time a lot of the women athletes that she was running against, they all put in a petition and they were all moaning and complaining, saying, "Oh, we don't want to run against her because it's not fair," and all that. So maybe that could have swayed the thing. Them lot saying they're not going to run if she's running. Maybe they could. It's some beer politics, man.
Yeah, sadly, slurs against her, isn't it, on her character, and sometimes, you know, mad sticks and all that nonsense, and you know, it's totally unfair. But yeah, you never know. Maybe she'll come back one day, guys.
Is she gonna want to come back?
Well, yeah, that's the question, isn't it? Yeah. Like you said, she might come back just for the Olympics, but I think if she can come back, if they do, that'll be it then maybe. But yeah, only time will tell.
They aired her dirty, man. Because I saw at first they were trying to say that she was a man or something like. That's what I'm saying. There's this bare different stories that they were making about her, and it's like, right.
There was another one. I'm gonna laugh at Duty Chand. Dati Chand, I say. I called her Dati Chand. Is an Indian sprinter who has the similar thing. Had this high levels of testosterone, and she had to face some problems in that as well. Do you know anybody else? Anyone? Because this woman is like the poster for the thing, right? And we don't really heard of any other ones who face something like this, right? Because didn't they say what did they say about the swimmer? What was that swimmer? Michael Phelps.
Michael,
he had high level of what? Lactic acid buffering capacity. Did you hear about that one? Which gave him a physiological advantage in swimming.
Well, they said that, yeah, that's right, isn't it? You say some sort of they just classed it as major genetic differences, you know what I mean? Because even at 37, he had mad high levels of testosterone, you know what I mean? Like much more than the average.
Well, the thing is this, right? Man. Nobody didn't say nothing about that, did they? Do you know what I mean? Nobody didn't say
exactly.
They
said it was...
And that's the point.
Here, like you said, you answered it yourself, was classed as genetic differences. So, yeah, but he certainly wasn't punished for it like she was, you know what I mean? Anything but. Jeez. But yeah, they were just putting it down.
They said it about Simone Biles as well. Do you remember Simone Biles, the gymnast?
Yeah, the gymnast.
They said,
the gymnast, yeah?
They said something about her just because she had... you know, her muscular physique. You understand? I'm going to just leave that one there. Her muscular physique. They said something about her as well. They also said the same thing about Serena, didn't they? They said the same thing about Serena with her physique as well. So
exactly.
Are we seeing a pattern here, guys?
I think so. Yeah, it's looking that way, gentlemen, sadly, isn't it? Certainly looking that way.
There was another one. We'll leave it there. Oh, the weightlifter, but that was a transgender. A new Laurel Hubbard, New Zealand weightlifter. The first.
Yes, I remember that one.
Yes, I know you remember that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, there's a theme, isn't it? There's a pattern with that, sadly. So
we done about this transgender one, innit? I don't know about this. They need to make their own league, transgender league, innit?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. There's no flip-flopping in it. There's no flip-flopping, mate. You can't be flip-flopping either or, mate.
Because I remember, my man, the orange face prime minister, president in America, he was against it, innit? He was like, nah, man, you're not on my clock, you're not doing that. And then the new one in now, he's saying, yeah, what's the problem? Do it, innit? So it's all mad.
What's he gonna do? The transgender league? Is that what he's gonna do? What?
He's looking to make them all mix in one, like trans and normal, like people not trans and non-trans. He's looking to make them all play all together, innit? But Trump was against it, and he was like, nah, they need to start their own league, innit? And then, but this new guy's basically saying, nah, man, let everyone play together. But can you imagine in basketball, a woman going to slam dunk and then a man just comes and just breezes her out the way? Bro, she's going to end up with some, damn it, bro, these people are crazy, man.
There was something on the news this week. I did caught it a little bit. The news, it was talking about women footballers and their shoes and the stuff. Like the shoes are made for men, innit? Usually, innit?
Yeah.
They don't really make them men for women. They're probably going to do that now, which they should have done a long time ago. But they said women are getting a lot of injuries and stuff like that. They're getting the ACLs. Do you remember they were talking about that?
Yes,
Yes.
ACL. Yeah.
They were talking about the ACL and these women getting all these injuries and stuff like this, and partly to do with the shoes and stuff like that. But the other part, I think, was to do with women ain't built like men to be out here hustling hard, playing sports like that. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Nah, I agree with that. That's why they got the gender gap thing and the pay gap thing, because to have a woman paying, that's why in tennis, women play the best out of 3 sets, because their genetics ain't going to get them to play them long 5-set matches. It's just not in them, innit? That's why in boxing as well, innit? You read me, they're not going to get the full 12 rounds. And
they have 2-minute rounds, innit, in boxing?
Yeah, it's too punishing for them, man. Like, they haven't got the genetics that the men got. So with the pay gap and all that, that's why they're all moaning out the pay. But you don't do what men, you can't do what men do.
But the pay is very similar in tennis now, isn't it? It's not like it used to be. It's very, very similar. And if, like you said, if you consider they're only playing 3 sets, you know, guys are playing 5. So I'm sure it's very, very. It used to be a massive gap. I know for sure, but I'm sure the prize money sort of is changing as well with that. So, like I said, you're only playing 3 sets, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Exactly. But
so yeah, like I said, but then it works out. Like you said, I don't mind like 2-3 sets. You know what I mean? But I'm sure the prize money ain't much difference anymore. But no, I mean, come back to Teach's point. I think playing big, long sort of sports, maybe not, but they're playing it. So it's just time wise. Like I said, with the boxing, they do 2-minute rounds now, isn't it? So everything is 2 minutes. So 2 minutes over 10 rounds or whatever. So it's much shorter, isn't it?
But to go back to the injuries and making boots for them and stuff like that, it's just, you just ain't built like men, man. That's why you're getting all these injuries and stuff like that. But yeah, you're just not built. You're just not built for it, man.
No, but you know what I was saying? You see these pay, I just looked on it there, the pay, the men in the women's, I think Wimbledon, it's exactly the same, mate. 2.3 million. Exactly the same pay, mate.
Johnny, do you agree with that?
What, that is the same in the tennis?
Yeah, exactly the same, John. 2.3.
Do you agree with that, Johnny?
Do I agree? No, I don't agree. It should be, but if it's that, but I don't agree with it. You can't, bruv. You can't be getting paid the same for playing less. You're playing less, so why should you get paid the same?
Yeah, the 2.3. Like you said, I think they've closed it up, but then you might have to start playing 5-setters then.
It's just like in the football. All right, you're playing 90 minutes, but your audience ain't as big as the men's audience, innit? So how are you gonna get the same pay? You haven't got the same marketing, you haven't got the same like sponsor. You get me? You can't be. You got to build up your thing first, like because I've been watching the women's World Cup, and some of it looks good, but there's been some dross like where you're like, bro, how did you even get into the World Cup? Like, and it's like, what's it? I think they're starting a thing because they're getting paid 25 grand each for being in that World Cup, innit? But they're all moaning, saying, nah, man, we need to be getting some of that what the men's getting. But they're saying you don't do what the men do. Your marketing's not good, and I think they did. I think they did get rid of the Qatar sponsorship or something in it because the women are saying they didn't want the Qatar sponsorship because they're homophobic or whatever.
Yeah. Hold on.
So what I'm saying is, if you're taking,
hold on. I'm lost now, yeah, because in one stance you said something about they don't play 5 sets, yeah, they don't play 5 sets. And then you said they do play 90 minutes, but they ain't got a big crowd. Do you understand? So what you saying? Because then in football, then they're playing 90 minutes. The women are playing 90 minutes, so they should get the same pay then, right? It's not dependent on the crowd, is it? What do you think about that, Artie?
Go on.
I think their pay has to improve. I think definitely they're not being paid well at the moment. But I think it's going to take a little bit of time. It seems to be picking up a bit, innit? After England won the Euros and this World Cup now, it does need to be marketed really well and put out there a bit more and outreach as much as they can. And see if they can get the broadcasters involved as well, teach, you know what I mean?
What do you think?
Sort of the major broadcasters.
What do you think about, though? What do you think about? Do you think that tennis, do you think they should get? Do you think women and men should get the same in tennis? With a yes or no answer, old chap.
No.
Football.
No. Football, yes.
Okay, so you're.
But they won't.
Forget about all that. So you're just basing it on what they do, how long they play, and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's it, really, isn't it?
Johnny.
Go on.
What do you say on that? Yes or no? The football. Shit, you already said already, right? Sorry, you already said you don't think.
Not the same, man.
Go on, build on that.
If your performance is the same, if you're going for a 9-to-5 job and we're performing the same and we're doing the same in the job, we're doing the same stuff, then you can get the same pay. But when it's coming to like stuff like sport, like how grueling sport is and stuff like that, all right, the football thing, I could see a compromise with that. We're like, all right, cool, we're playing 90 minutes. Our sponsors are going up and we're getting certain things done. Cool. But when it comes to like boxing and tennis, and unless you're going to box for 3 minutes a round, then nah.
Yeah, I think the 2 minutes a round, I know there's ladies, but that's not a lot, 2 minutes. Not a lot over 12, is it 10 rounds? So that's 20 minutes.
I think it's 10.
Yeah, so it's 20 minutes. So it's fine line, isn't it? They probably don't push it too much, but I think you have to. That's what I base my judgment on anyway, in terms of, like you said, the sort of tennis and stuff like that. Like you saw I think the Wimbledon final men's was the best part of 5 hours, and the ladies was lucky if it was an hour, innit?
Yeah, because that was dusted off real quick.
And them two were playing for the best part of 5 hours. You know what I mean?
If you want to get paid the same, do the same, innit? That's what it is. You get. They will talk about equal. Women love talk about this equal rights and equal opportunity. Do what men are doing, innit? do what the men are doing.
I can see the comments blowing up already.
Go on.
I said I can see the comments blowing up already. Continue, sir.
Yeah, you want to get paid. You want to get paid like a man. Play like a man. do what the men are doing, innit? You get me? You want athletics? Run the times what the men are running and certain things, and get me? It goes for every sport. Like I said, maybe
Whoa.
for women's box. Go on.
That's a bit harsh, isn't it? You said athletics run the times that men are running. Is that you really saying that? Yeah.
But why can't they do it? Why can't they do it? Because they haven't got the same genetics as a man. You're not running get me? You're not running the same times as a man. A woman, maybe in our life, we may see a woman run under 10 seconds. Maybe.
Yeah, I think, like you said, that's just sort of genetic, John, though, isn't it? That's a genetic disposition. Where we're talking like where we go with the tennis and that, I think it's just 5 sets for me. I'd go with that. And the things like that, I'd go for. Like, I mean, I'd like to see them get paid more in the football. But I think there's got to be a lot of huge backing behind it, you know what I mean, for them to get that money. And I don't know if even it will happen in my lifetime. I hope so, you know what I mean? But sort of things like, you know, in the tennis, I do kind of think they should play 5 sets, you know what I mean? I know it's going to be tough over a big tournament, but, you know, like I said, you can't have man's final doing the sort of best part of 5 hours and then the ladies an hour and a half, maybe sometimes 2 hours maximum, you know what I mean?
All right, let's just build on that a little bit. Let's forget the tennis.
Yeah,
let's
sure.
Let's just go on the football for a little bit, for a couple of minutes, right? Let's talk about fairness, yeah, because they got this big thing about fairness in the women's football, right? So you've been looking at the tournament, any of you guys? I know you have been, Johnny. Did you see any of the tournament? Right, so
yeah,
my
a couple
thing,
little bits.
totally,
Couple
good.
games.
Cool. So my thing was in that tournament, I was looking at the thingies. I was looking at the refs. I was trying to see some ethnic and black refs in that thing, yeah, to see what we have there. And to my surprise, there was. I did see a set of refs. You know, it was free. They usually take 4, innit? They get 4, don't they? Or right when they're doing the toss of the coin and all that stuff, innit? They do.
Yeah.
There was 3 refs and another person there, but in the check out the thing, innit? Because the VAR, they always show the VAR people, don't they? And I ain't never seen no ethnic person in the VAR thing. But with that, yeah, I think if women football needs to be the same as men, if they want to demand and get the same as men, and all that stuff, they should even be pushing their thing even better than the men's football, because it seems like it's going like it's the same kind of way with some kind of restrictions around people. Certain people can get certain things, you know what I mean? I don't like that. What do you guys think of that?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it needs to be pushed more, you know what I mean? Like, it's just at a level, and then it's sort of staying there at sort of the moment, and you do see more of it on the TV now, you know what I mean? There's some of the, WSL games are on the BBC and that, you know what I mean? And they have the cup finals on TV live, and the gates are improving generally, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, but we're talking about ethnics. We're talking about inclusion.
We're talking
ethnics.
about inclusion. I haven't seen that at all on there at all. There hasn't been any on there at all, really, like you said, on sort of the VAR and sort of in the backstage there at all. I've seen like some South American refs on there. To be honest, I've only seen like two games. I saw the England and Haiti game, and sort of bits of I can't remember who it was now. Was it Switzerland? Someone a couple of days ago. So I haven't seen too much of it, to be fair. But I have noticed a couple of ethnics in terms of the refs, but not doing the VAR.
I saw one match in there with the ethnic in there, but then none in the men's game. There's still no. Do we see any ethnic refs in the men's game? With the last tournament we had, innit? That last tournament. Remember, Johnny, we was looking at that last tournament. There wasn't none in there.
Not one.
There was not one in the men's game. So you know.
And that's poor.
Yeah. And also the women are supposed to be doing better. Yeah, women are supposed to be doing better. So when you look at the England team and there's not one black person on the team, they took out that top goal. What's her name? Paris. They took out that woman. She was the top goal scorer.
Paris, yeah.
They took out that woman, and yeah, that was nuts. What were you saying, Johnny? Go on.
Nah, it's real what you're saying, because it's like you said, remember we talk about this on a regular, innit? So it's like they did what they did with Sterling, innit? Like what they did with Sterling. Nikita Parrish, she was the top goal scorer, all of that. Then they started playing her wing back, and then they brought her to the Euros last year, and she didn't play no games. Like, and you're thinking, what are you doing? And you didn't even bring her to the World Cup this year. So it's like, what are you really doing? And it's like, she didn't turn bad overnight, innit? There's still a good player in there, but it's crazy. It's crazy, man. I remember there was an argument about it last year when Beth Mead, that plays for Arsenal, she must have come. I remember someone must have said something about, there's no black people and no black women in the England squad, and she must have come out and said something reckless. And then Ian Wright must have jumped on it and said, Beth shouldn't have said that. I'll talk to her, because I know Beth's not like that, but she shouldn't have said it the way she said it. I'm going to have a word with her and say she can't say them type of things. And they even interviewed the England manager of the woman, whatever her name is. And she basically gave her answer, like, if they're good enough, then I'll pick them. So it's like, what get me? That there are a lot of good ones, but you're not playing them, innit? Look, we even noticed when England needed a little muscle the other day, who did they bring on? That Lauren James, but she didn't start. But look what she does for Chelsea, innit? But you're not starting them, innit? It's crazy, man.
Yeah, go on. Do you want a final word on that, Artie?
Yeah, no, it does. It seems pretty strange and obscure that there's no black players in the England ladies team, and like you said, the story of the young lady that was banging in the goals, isn't it? And yes, she was mysteriously sort of left out of the team. Even Laura James, isn't it? There was talking about how good she was, but like against Haiti, she was on the bench. So I'm not quite sure.
They brought her on when they needed to defend the lead. But
they were poor, mate. They were poor against Haiti. I thought they were lucky to win that game. I was quite impressed by Haiti, but yeah, they brought her on sort of mid-second half, I think, around 65, 70 or something like that. But yeah, it's strange, isn't it? That part doesn't add up for me. That like there's not one black player in the England team or squad. Do you know what I mean? And I find that strange, especially a situation with a young lady that was banging in all the goals, isn't it? But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, if she's still scoring all them goals and you can't even get a look in, then sadly, don't know when she's going to get a look in. You know what I
mean? All right, let's leave that one. Nice one. Last one. What is it? Confidence or arrogance, guys? Confidence or arrogance? A lot of people look at people who are confident and turn it into something else. I don't know. When we see somebody who's turn down your mic, man. Turn down the thing. Somebody's got their speaker on, please. Thank you. Yeah. Still can hear it, but don't worry. Anyway, some people look at people with confidence and turn around and start hating on them, right? Or looking at them in a strange way and I don't know, what is it that we don't like people with confidence. We like people to be humble all the time, even though when you're a certain type of person who has a job, a certain type of job or something, and we'll look up to that person still, even though they might have the arrogance or the confidence. What is it? It's a thin line. What do you guys think about the confidence and arrogance? Another thing, sorry, two things there. Another one, because we got the famous woman there, the Grace Jones, famous woman, the Grace Jones. What do you guys think? Because yeah, I had a nice debate on Saturday night about Grace Jones. Good looking woman.
Yeah, she was a striking woman, but I saw a couple of her interviews recently, and I think people read too much into it. They sort of tended to possibly fear her because they didn't understand it. Like you said, they took her sort of confidence away and saw it as an arrogance and tried to sort of almost belittle her on TV, like, because they didn't quite get her. You know what I mean? It kind of like annoyed them. Maybe like to them, they read her as being arrogant, but I didn't think it was like that too much. You know what I mean?
Did you think she
was unique?
Did you think she was a good-looking woman, RT?
Yeah.
Good. Johnny, what do you think? Do you think she was a good-looking woman?
Yeah, she was a fabulous-looking woman.
Fabulous, yeah.
Yeah, she was a good-looking woman, man.
Yeah, I agree. But you know what, right? I was talking to a couple of women on the weekend, and they thought they didn't think she was good-looking at all.
What was their reasoning behind it?
I couldn't hear a reason, to be honest. I couldn't hear a reason apart from what I think it was a confidence or an arrogance thing. You understand? They thought she was crazy or something, you know, and it may be a misrepresentation or something. I'm not sure, but they didn't like it, and I was like, I thought there's nothing wrong with her. You know what I mean? I thought she was eccentric, you know, and she was she was an actress. She was a model. She was a singer. She could do so many different things. You know, you're supposed to big up people like that, right? You're
supposed to lift them people, man.
And she was she was in Boomerang. Remember?
That's right.
She was playing herself, wasn't she?
That's it. Exactly. But yeah, that's what I felt about her. I think she was, like you hit the nail on the head. And I think people didn't understand her. Like the interviews I've seen with her, they didn't like it. I think they felt she was arrogant, or they just didn't get her. So they sort of tried to sort of mini belittle her.
What do you think, Johnny?
Sort of, you know, demean her a little bit. You know what I mean? Because they didn't understand her, or didn't choose to understand her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. What do you think, Johnny? Do you remember seeing anything or? You saw Boomerang, obviously, right?
Yeah.
What about Conan? Did you see Conan?
Yeah.
What about thingy? Did you hear any of her music?
I don't think I did, you know.
Totally. Or you might have heard it. You didn't even know it was her, to be honest.
I know her more just for the acting thing, but go on.
Scene. Mm-hmm. No, go on. What's your opinion of this woman? Apart from she's fabulous.
I reckon it's because she's just a very confident woman, but where she's so confident now, maybe it does come off as arrogance, and that's maybe where people can not, because I've had it before where I've had confident women and I take them as arrogant, and then you start to look at them like you're not as good looking as I thought you were, innit? But that's just through you like just looking at them through the arrogance thing, innit, and thinking, you know what, like you're not as pretty as I thought you were at one stage, innit? But it's like, did I mistake the confidence-ness for arrogance? You get it? Like, it's all mad. But I just reckon she's just misunderstood, like what Artie said. I reckon she's just overly confident, which she has the right to be. But people, because I've never seen her as arrogant, tell the truth. Never. I've just seen her as an overly confident person within herself and her capability and what she can offer and what she does. But it's just a lot of people, and I reckon there's more people than not that just think she's an arrogant bitch, innit? That's it. I mean, they think she's an arrogant bitch, innit? But I just see her as a confident, and I don't think there's no arrogance about her, innit?
Totally. No, I agree. I think she was good. She was good for the culture, good for the women, and a good a representative of everything, innit? Because she done everything, innit? Shit, she was ahead of the game way before a lot of people, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, we love it. And it. Do you want to say anything?
And even now,
no, go on.
Even now, there's people that still can't catch up with her, and there's people still trying to get to where she was, and they still can't. You get it? So it's like you said, she was well ahead of it. I mean, she was way ahead of way ahead of the game and people, man. But it's just crazy, man.
What do you think about what about Naomi Campbell?
It's an interesting one, that one, you know.
Yeah,
I think she's been a strong character over the years, isn't it? She's been a strong woman, isn't it? I think.
What comes to your mind? Character, yeah.
Strong woman, yeah. I mean, she's obviously a beautiful young lady, you know what I mean? But she's sort of been through a lot, since sort of been in the media and in out the media due to probably her job and what she's done as a model and stuff, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think she's done well. I think she's been consistent. She's held it together, you know what I mean? I'm sure there's been some slanderous stories about her, but that's the media view as well, you know what I mean?
So you don't
she's done really well.
So you don't see her as arrogant?
No, just confident. It's like the tagline, isn't it? What you said, isn't it? It's arrogance or confidence, isn't it? I think
all right,
people
Johnny.
get the two twisted sort of quite easily.
Totally, Johnny.
Go on.
Naomi Campbell, what do you think?
I'd say confident. I wouldn't say arrogant. I say she's a very confident person as well.
All right, okay. Who is arrogant?
What? As in, it's just throwing anyone out there.
Just go and tell me an arrogant person. And
I
you
reckon
can't say Rick the Model Martel, okay?
I reckon that Max Verstappen, that Formula One Max Verstappen, I reckon he's arrogant.
Okay, all right. We're gonna keep going. Go on. Artie, who's arrogant?
I'll throw a name out there, Katie Hopkins.
Okay. Johnny?
To think at the top of my head, it was arrogant.
Play or pass?
Pass. I can't even really forget.
Remember them game show? Go on, play or pass. Go on.
I know.
Artie, you know somebody else arrogant?
Cantona.
There you go, my friend. Don't limit it, Johnny. Don't limit it anywhere in the world. You got one?
Trump.
There you go. Artie?
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I like it. Go on, Johnny.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
What? These are all arrogant people, yeah?
Yeah.
These are all arrogant. Go on, Johnny. Artie.
Michael Schumacher. Sorry, Mike. Sorry, Mike.
Yeah, okay. Johnny?
Dillian White.
Artie?
Nassim Hamed.
Johnny? Listen, it's enough anyway. It's enough. It was just a test to see if anybody arrogant. Yeah, definitely. So we're not just jumping on them, just chatting rubbish. Cool. We love Grace Jones. You know what I'm saying? We love that the woman passed the thing. Semenya, she's back in the game for whatever she can do, how much little time she has. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good luck to her.
And leave the drugs alone. Just say no to drugs. Yeah? Just say no, guys.
Just say no.
Unless it's worth it. Not really. Unless you get a deal from an Ajax football player. You know what I'm saying?
Get a big one.
Oh, jeez.
No, blessings, guys. Well, listen, we're going to wrap it up, yeah? Hour and 20 minutes. That's a movie time. We're going to watch the movie. You know what I mean?
No worries, guys.
Nice one. Big up, you guys. Good works.
Yeah, blessing, boys. Blessings. Thank you, guys out there.
Big up.
And hopefully we're on the Wednesdays, if you're lucky. Or if we're lucky, yeah? Blessings, guys.
Bless up.
No worries, guys. Take it easy, please.